What is up, everybody? It's Reed here with Picks on the Bluff coverage of NFL Week number 3. Now, last week we had a bunch of, well, what happened moments. We got the Bills winning, the Chiefs almost beating the Broncos, the Bears coming back on the 49ers in the second half to beat them at a home opener for the 49ers. And just a whole bunch of other games that the person that won shouldn't have won. But let's get off of last week. It's week 3. Be sure to check out the links in the description. Check out who's winning, and like and subscribe. Like our Facebook page, like this page, like the video. Subscribe if you want to see what's next is coming and when the next videos are coming out. But let's go ahead and get to the first games. We got the Buccaneers going into Atlanta. Atlanta coming off a big loss at Cincinnati. They pretty much got killed. Buccaneers, the Buccaneers are having a tough season. I had bigger hopes for them. So Buccaneers, you don't get the win. We're going with the Falcons. We got this pressed in. Falcons get the win over the Buccaneers. Next up, we have, I'm dropping my pennants. We have the Chargers going into Buffalo to face the Bills. Chargers got the big win over Seattle. Now that was at home for the Chargers. And Buffalo got the big win over the Dolphins. So both of these teams are pretty much coming off of big wins. I'm going to have to go with the Bills. Got my boy Sammy Watkins. Got his first career touchdown. C.J. Spiller. They got a returning touchdown, I know. So, Buffalo. They get the work done and get the W. Alright, fix this up real quick. Next up, we have the Cowboys going into St. Louis. Now, St. Louis, you don't have a starting quarterback. St. Louis, that's pretty much your one problem. If Sam Bradford was healthy at the beginning of the season, you might have a few more wins. So that's pretty much the big decision here. You can't really pick the Rams since they don't have a quarterback. So I got to stick with the Cry Boys. Alright, next up, a NFC division matchup. The Redskins at the Eagles. Redskins, I think you lost RG3 for this week. And the Eagles coming off that big win on Monday night on the Colts. It's pretty much what I can say. Deshaun Jackson is also going to be out, I think I heard, for the Redskins. So the Eagles are going to get an easy win. Let's just say that. Next up, we have the Texans going into MetLife Stadium to face the Giants. Giants are 0-2. And the Texans are 2-0. Can you believe that? And it's all because of their defense. You see J.J. Watt getting pretty much a tight end screen, or not really a screen, but a tight end goal line formation, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to go and stick with the Texans here. They're going to be 3-0 starting off. Can you believe that after last season? Next up, we have the Vikings going into the Metrodome to face the Saints. Now the Vikings, again, they have that controversy with Adrian Peterson, which, let's talk about that for a minute. I haven't seen the pictures or anything. Saying they got pictures coming out now of what the boy looks like, or girl, whatever it is. I don't know what the child's gender was that got whipped. But I say I'm 22, and I'm grateful you can say that I got whipped, because I wouldn't be the man that I was today if I didn't get whipped. And we've seen, I've seen on there where other athletes have saying that they're glad they got whipped as a child, because if they didn't, they wouldn't be half the men they were today. So, if you can't whip your youngest no more, and if you do, you get, called in by DFAC and you get your child taken away from you, then what is the world coming to? I mean, if the picture shows something different, I'll say something else. But let's get back to the picks. Saints, Vikings at Saints. Without Adrian Peterson, I think the Saints are going to win. I still think the Saints would win even with Adrian Peterson. Next up, we have the Titans heading to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. Titans, you're a fraud team. You blast out the Chiefs on week 1. Then week 2, you can't beat the Cowboys with their crappy defense. I'm going to have to go with the Bengals. Just how bad they killed Atlanta last week. So, Bengals next up. Next game, we have the Ravens at the Brownies, who actually beat New Orleans last week. But I don't think... I'm not going to support the Ravens, but I don't think they'll lose to the Browns after beating Pittsburgh, on Thursday night last week. So let's go ahead and put the Ravens up here, even though I care less about them. The Packers, who had a tough time with the Jets last week, are playing the Lions. If they play like they did in the first half, they're not going to win against the Lions. But I still think they'll beat the Lions. Alright, here and boom. Next up, we have the Colts, who lost Monday night, going into Jacksonville. Jacksonville, you had a shot. I gave you a shot to beat the Redskins, and you lost 40-something to 10 or 7? I don't know what it was. You're going to get killed by Indianapolis. It's going to be a slaughter. All right, now we got the Raiders going into New England to face the Patriots. This should be a no-brainer. The Raiders suck. Tom Brady's going to get another win. So, there you go, boy. Maybe another win. The 49ers, who gave up 28 unanswered in the second half against the Cardinals. I'm going to have to stick with the 49ers because I think they're a good team. But if they give up another 28 unanswered in the second half, I'm going to have to ditch them. Alright, now we got the Broncos and the Seahawks. The Super Bowl rematch. This was a tough one. Broncos, who almost lost to the Chiefs, and the Seahawks, who lost on the road. But this is at Seattle. It was tough for me, but I'm going to have to pick the upset. I think Broncos come in and upset the 12th man. Peyton Manning gets his act straight and, puts on a show. Next up, we have the Chiefs, who almost beat the Broncos, like I said, and the Dolphins, who lost to the Bills. So two teams coming off a loss. I'm going to stick to my guns. I got to go with my Chiefs, just because they're my team. What can I say? Next up, our Sunday night matchup, the Steelers and the Panthers. I have to say, both these teams look good. I mean, the Steelers lost, but they look good. But I'm going to stick with these Panthers. What can I say about the Panthers? Nobody's noticed them, but they're coming for you. So hide yourself. Yeah, I know what. And finally, our Monday night matchup, we have the Bears at the Jets. If the Bears play a full 60 minutes, they'll beat the Jets. So, put that on the board and we'll go have our recap. We got the Falcons winning, with the Buffalo Bills winning, Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, Houston Texans, New Orleans Saints, Cincinnati Bengals, Baltimore Ravens, Green Bay Packers, Indianapolis Colts, the New England Patriots, the San Francisco 49ers, the Denver Broncos, the Kansas City Chiefs, Carolina winning on Sunday, and the Bears winning on Monday night. So, I'm your host, Richard Reed, for Picks on the Bluff coverage of NFL Week 3. We will see you next week. Be sure to subscribe and like us on Facebook.